Hello, Mr. Ryan, alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So today question simple, okay? So let's look at the metric. 1,
Matrix.
2, 3, 4, 7, 8, minus 2, 1, 2, 2,
3, 3, 3.
3, 3, 3, okay? Okay, we are given this metric and we want to find the width of each column. The width, this is column, 1 column, 2 column, 3 column. So the width, this is 1, right? Yeah? This is 2, right? And this one, because there's a minus here, so it's 2 characters, so 2. We want to return an array which contains the length, the width of each column. Make sense?
Why is it 1, 2, 2?
1 character, 2 digits, 2 because this is minus. It takes occupies a length, a unit. Okay?
Yeah, well, I still don't get it. Everything, because the width of each column.
Yeah, width of each column. A width is defined as the the width and height, right? The width of the one digit is 1.
Are you saying this matrix is 3D?
No, just 2D. 2 times 2. This is the 4 times 3 metric.
No, I'm talking about like the numbers. Are you saying like the numbers, like visually?
No, the numbers doesn't matter. The numbers do not mean anything. It's just a number. We just want to get the width. Okay?
Yeah, but if the numbers doesn't matter, then how come minus 2 matters when it's
Because
a
it has got the negative sign.
Yeah, then how come
Minus 4 is the same.
then
Yeah.
how come the middle column is 2?
Because 2 and 3. 2 units. 2 digits. Yeah?
Oh, so you mean the digits?
Yeah, digits, yes.
Are you saying like a maximum? I'm saying that, so how come the others are 1 digit and you still return 2?
Which one?
The middle and the last column.
The max, the width, right?
Yeah,
What-
I was asking if it was the maximum. You
Yeah,
said
okay. Now I get your point. Okay, yes, it's a maximum, yes. Because the width, right? The width. So, look, if it's 3 digits, 2, 1, 3, then, so you have to extend this. Make sense?
Yeah, but numbers are, the digits are different width. One has the least width.
So at least one digit. To simplify it, we're given a 2 times 2 metric, right? Metric. We want to return the width of each column. The width of each column is defined as the number of the digits and also including the minus sign. Okay? Now, does it make sense? Is it clear now? The max, right? The max. The width of each column, right? The width of each column is that the max of the digits, the length of the digits. So basically,
Yeah. Like if it goes into like 4 digits, like 1,000.
yes, then the width is 4.
Yeah, but it will have like a comma after.
No,
the
okay,
four
no, you're overcomplicated. No comma or anything, just the pure digits. Make sense now? Yeah, maybe we can talk about these in the future. This is a very good variation of the problem, which make it medium instead of easy.
Yes.
Maths.
Go through the.
We use maths, our big brains.
The key thing is that how do we get these? This is the integer, right? How do we get these? We just convert it to a string, right? Convert it to a string and do the length. Make sense? And that's it, right? So we just go through the columns, right? And we just compare the maximum. This is a simple question, but I'm going to show you a simple way to implement it. Let's implement the usual way, the traditional way, okay?
Does it have to be integers because you have decimals?
Integer, just integers. Define the f, okay? The metric m. The rows, how many rows? The length of m, right? How many columns? The length of m0, right? Do you understand this bit? This is the number of rows, this is the number of columns. Why m0? m0 is the first row. How many elements? That's the columns, yes?
Yes, but what if the matrix is empty?
Very good, yes. I was going to say that. This row is empty, then this will have a problem. Let's make sure the metric is non-empty. We can put a third here, or we check. A third rows is bigger than 0, okay? And here we also can say a third columns bigger than 0. This is just make sure this matrix is not empty, okay? You can given this matrix like that. Each column is empty, but there are 2 rows. So the answer is at the beginning we set it to 0 times columns, right? We want to return this array of elements defining the size, the width of each column. How many columns? This one. Yeah? Do you understand this bit? Okay. Now we just have to go through the metric. For row in range rows. For C in range columns. We just go through the elements in this order. It doesn't matter actually. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the order, right? The answer column, right? Answer column equals the maximum. We want to get the maximum, right? Answer column. The length of the MRC, but this you have to convert it to a string. So str converted each number into a string and get the length and return answer. Okay, does it make sense? Look, this is the simple implementation. We go through each element in the metric and then we compare the maximum. This is the maximum. This is the width of the column C, right? And we want to get the maximum compared to this one because look, MRC. Which column is this?
C.
C is the column, right? So C is the column goes here, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So actually, you can swap this for loop, right? You can do this for R in range row, for C in range column, or you can do this for C. You can put this here, right, as well. So swap around this for loop. So when you swap around, what happens? Look, for R in range rows, for each row we do this. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So if I swap it, what happens? If I do this for C in range columns?
Is it 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9?
Yes. Right? For each column, you do the rows, right? Yeah? Yeah? Makes sense? But it doesn't matter because we are storing the
middle column, there's 4.
It doesn't matter, right? Because it doesn't matter because we are returning the size, the array containing C elements, which each one is the max width of each column, so it doesn't matter. But traditionally, by idea, this is the way to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Okay, so this is the traditional way. Actually, we can do this simple way. Do you still remember the zip function? The zip function.
Yeah, you use a zip.
What's zip?
A zip is something that you use for your code.
Tell me this one. If this is 1, 2, 3. This is A is 1, 2, 3. B is 4, 5, 6. So zip AB, what does it return? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zip, what does it
1,
return?
4, 2, 5, 3, 6.
So it's a tuple, right? 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6, right? Okay, so each one is tuple. Actually, this zip returns the iterator, okay? So you can convert it to a list, right? Now, if there are more elements in one of it, so it still returns the shortest one. So it still returns the same, okay? Unless you do the zip longest. Zip underscore longest, you will zip according to the longer one. Here would be none 7, right? Okay, so this is a zip function.
So what if one of the things lists are empty?
One of them.
Yeah. You said it will be shorter, so it will be
Nothing.
Yeah.
It will be nothing. Yeah, we can double check that it's according to the shortest. Unless you zip longest, okay, right? And zip also supports multiple, more than 2, right? You can zip A, B, C.
But
1,
if
2,
if you zip more than 3, then
the same.
yeah. But if you zip like 3 columns on I don't know, code, and then you zip it, and then the middle one has to be like half.
Half.
Like let's say one like the 3
Yeah.
columns, and then you zip it. When it's apart, then it'll be half.
Okay, so take this example.
Yes.
So it will be, this is A, this is B, this is C. So its zip will be 1, 4, 7.
Yes, I'm saying.
2, 5, A.
Like A will be here, B will be here, C will be.
This is A, this is B, this
Yeah,
is
but then B would be half.
half. What do you mean half?
It'll be half. Because if it is put there, then it will be half. Then B will be split in half.
Yeah, B. Yeah, it's in the middle. Yes. Okay. But
Yes, then it will be split in half.
Right.
I don't. Can you draw why is it half? Right.
Okay, let's say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, this is a zip.
Okay.
If I have 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the zip must be here.
Okay. I see.
So,
Okay.
so one side will be this
Uh.
one, like this.
Yeah. Ah. Okay. Not visually. Okay, but you understand this bit. Yeah. Basically, we just putting these one by one together. This in another dimension, right? Make sense? Okay. Okay. We want to return the column, right? So we want to return the column of this metric. Am I right? Look. Yeah. So the column is. What do you think of it? What can we use? This dimension. We want to return this. This is a column. So we can use the what function? What can we use?
The terrible function.
Look at this. I was just talking about that.
Zip.
Zip function, yes. Yeah. The problem with zip is that we have to give him multiple arguments, right? Okay. So look, this is the array of array, right? See, we can't just pass it, right, to zip, right? Yeah. Because we pass it, you treat it as a single element, which is not what we want. So ideally, we want to unpack it. So we want to get rid of the first dimension, and then give him these separate arguments for each row, right? Does it make sense? Yeah. Okay. So look, this is the list, right? List A equals array of array, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? This is array of array. This is first row, second row, right? If we say zip A, so basically you just take these, right? This is not what we want because this whole thing is the one single element, right? It has nothing to zip, am I right? Yeah? Does it make sense? Yeah. So what do we want to do? We want to tell computer to do this, right? We want to tell computer to zip these 1, 2, and 3, 4, right? What's the difference between this and this? Look, we want to ask computer to zip these two. What's the difference between this and this? Come on, look at this.
The first one is one complete one, but the second one is 2.
Okay, so what's the difference between these and these?
Well,
What's the difference?
one of them has 2 factors.
That's right, yes. This is the whole array, right? So we want to unpack this. So unpack this. Zip star A. Star A. Star A means I want to unpack the almost dimension and put these here.
Zip.
So it's basically zip these two, right? So you return 1, 3, 2, 4. Return. You return an array, right? Max the length of S for S in R. Okay, this is the column, right? This is the column. Okay, and then for R in zip M. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the M, right? Okay. Zip M, star M. Get rid of this. R in zip. So zip this will be 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6, right? Now this is R. R is this one. Okay? Am I right? So 1, 4, this is the first column. 2, 5, second column. 3, 6, third column. And then for each column, this is now R, right? And I want to go through the element to get the length. Okay, so here we need to convert it to string. For each one, I just have to get the length. This is 1, this is 1, this is 1. So we will return 1, 1, 1. Make sense now? Does it make sense? Yeah? So which one is better? This one or the previous one?
This one.
Why?
Because you're doing it last. Because you're using the zip function, so you could just zip.
Because this one is shorter and concise, right? The previous one is okay. The time complexity, OR times C, right? Rows and columns. because we have to go through each element in the matrix to compute the max width. Am I right? But this one is shorter. The same time complexity. So what have you learned today?
About mattress.
Okay, ready?
And we have numbers and we define the column of it. And we're going to use the zip function and the row down column thingy, majiggy thingy, blah blah.
The space complexity, by the way, is OC, right? Because we're returning the C elements.
Ali is Daddy.
Okay.
You have this matrix with numbers.
Yes.
And we want to find the width of each column.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the most important function we learned today is
Zip.
yeah, we learned it before, right? This is a good chance to review this function, the zip, yeah? And then you understand what's zip star. Zip star n. Can you explain to me what's zip star n?
So star is removing the most left and the most right thingy, whatever it is, and then just
Square bracket.
It's just to unpack. 1, 2, right? This is example 3, 4, right? This is the whole thing. I don't want to zip this whole thing, right? So zip star A is remove this and then zip these two elements. Okay? Make sense? Because zip needs the more than one argument.
Yeah.
Any questions so far?
no.
Okay, that's it for today. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.